Hi everyone. Not everyone's seen a financial planner before, and not everyone necessarily understands what I do and how I help people. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time, create a little video to explain what you can expect out of your initial appointments with me and what you can hope to learn, and hopefully how you'll better understand a little bit about your retirement and how you're progressing. The initial appointment, what I tend to do is go through what I call a client goals and discovery conversation. For this, what we do is to start off by having a chat about why you actually booked the appointment. Usually people have a specific reason why they've decided to see a financial planner. Maybe they're getting close to retirement, they notice they've got a bit of spare cash flow, and they're really just not sure where to start and how best to position themselves for retirement. Once we answer all those burning questions, we get into some of the more fun stuff where we get you to start thinking about your future. What do you actually want to do in the next 3 to 5 years and beyond? So maybe you want to retire, be able to take regular holidays, or replace your car. After that, we try to get you to dream a little bit bigger and get a bit more detail. So when we talk about retirement, we talk about, well, what do you actually want to do in retirement? Do you want to spend time with your children? Do you want to spend time with your grandchildren? Would you like to play more golf, travel, or become a grey nomad and travel around Australia? Everyone's situation is going to be different, and as such, what they need to be able to achieve these things will be different. People might have dreams that they hope to accomplish throughout their retirement, whether it be hobbies, personal interests. They may want to help their children. But probably my favourite question when talking about their future and considering what they want from their future is to get them to dream a bit bigger. Often people underestimate what they're capable of in retirement, and as such might not mention things that are maybe the most important to them of all. So we try to take the money side out of it to at least have a proper discussion about what people want to achieve. Now, obviously, money will be part of it eventually, but I think it's at least good to get things in writing and understand better what you truly, truly want. There are some doom and gloom, and potentially there may be some worries in the back of people's minds, so it's good to understand those too, so they can be taken into account when making any decisions. So typically people might be worried they don't have enough in superannuation, or they may be worried about their health, and not being able to do the things they want to do when they get to retirement. The next step is we usually take all this information and try and model it out to give you an idea of how you're progressing towards retirement. Now, to do that, we obviously need to have a bit of an understanding of how you're actually positioned now. So we'll have a chat about things like your income, your budget, your expenses, your assets and debts, your super, insurance, and importantly, estate planning. So things like wills, powers of attorney, and whether you have any particular desire to leave an inheritance to your children. Once we get all this information, then I'm a little bit better informed, then we can look at some modeling. So we have some pretty cool financial planning software that makes it a bit easier for us to model out some of your retirement outcomes, and we can put in things like your income here, your expenses, we can put in some details about your superannuation and your contributions, and we can start to consider and look at what happens if I make additional contributions. So, for example, if I were to recommend you do some salary sacrifice, we might salary sacrifice up to the cap, and we might do it from now until retirement, and then we can see how much different it actually makes your super between now and retirement. So in this case, it goes from 342,000 to 408,000. We can then start to look at how that might look in retirement and how long your money will last in retirement. So we can look at the line here, shows your assets in retirement, and then over retirement you're spending that money. And in this case, this person gets to around age 80 and has just under $90,000 left over. So that might be cutting it a bit close, and we might look at that and go, okay, well, what are the things we can change to improve that? How can we make it so the money lasts longer? Do we need to reduce your lifestyle expenses? Can we get more age pension? Should we be contributing extra into superannuation prior to retirement? The great thing about this step, though, is we can get a better picture of what the future might look like, and we can start to plan now for the things we need to do to make sure the outcome better suits what you're after. Now, if you've never been through this process in the past yourself, I'd love to have a chat about it with you and give you an example of how you're progressing towards your retirement goals. So feel free to get in touch, and I hope that was informative.